People, how are you? That's great. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Max Disposti. I'm the founder, executive director of the North County LGBTQ Resource Center. We are located in Oceanside. My accent is not from Oceanside. That's now that, well, just to clear housekeeping things. I'm actually Italian. It's interesting, a little story. It has nothing to do with the reason why I'm here, but I was talking to my folks. I have my parents that live in Rome. I'm fortunate to know that they are 87 and they're kicking it and thriving and doing a lot of great things. So in my way here, I said, where are you going today? So I'm going to a church and sharing what we do. And my parents, they are very secular. They live in Rome, but they are very secular. They have nothing to do with religion. For them, the association with religion has always been quite negative. He says, what are you doing there? Why is this a place they support LGBT people? What do you mean there is a congregation? So in my way here from Oceanside, with no traffic, I had to explain what the UU church was all about. And they were very impressed. But anyway, just a little anecdote to share with you how powerful it is to have a space that's welcoming, inclusive, and accepting, and not just accepting, but really that creates community. So I want you to know that even though you are in Escondido, I know a lot of people come from different places from San Diego County. And as you know, there are other UU churches as well, which we collaborated as well with. It's nice to know that you're not alone, that there is a community out there, that the numbers here today don't really speak to the love and the support that's out there. So I just wanted to share that with you because every time I come here, I feel super welcome, I feel home. And also, every time I come here, I wouldn't do any justice to the history of this congregation if I wouldn't mention a person that was a great part of this congregation that passed away 10 years ago, which was Morgana Matlock. My sister in crime at the time. It's already been, I think, 10 years, which is just blows my mind. But for those of you who didn't know, Morgana was a trans woman that was really great part of this community, and which, along with Curtis Fitzgerald, yes, I'm calling you out, and Lena, they were one of those founders of putting the culture in to create this LGBT community that now is thriving in North San Diego County. So I wanted to honor my presence today to her name and the work she's done and the fact that she's not here with us today, but she is. So what the LGBT Center does, it's a space, a community. It is my church after all, and in a way that creates community. And here it is, after 14 years of working to create a safe space for everyone. Our community now in the LGBT Center now has about almost 30 staff, employees that work over there. And we have been doing an amazing work of constantly adjourning ourselves and learning from others as well. So you were talking about Black Lives Matter, you were talking about a lot of social justice issues that ourselves we are not precluded from learning from, in a way of we're constantly doing better for ourselves and the people that we serve, because the last thing that we want to do is to create those power dynamics where a nonprofit is out there to do the good, but then, you know, kind of like getting yourself in a position that you think you're better than others because you're doing it. It's a struggle, especially in a community, in a society where there is a lot of competitiveness. Is that a word? Yeah. Thank you, Pastor. And so I'm just mentioning a few things we have been doing through this journey. For instance, every week we have 98 people in therapy. We have a behavioral health services and we serve almost 100 people per week for free. They have access to therapy and they come forward, unfortunately, with a lot of their broken bones and feelings about what has happened to them. When we started this work many years ago, I thought, oh, great, we can create a place where people can come and tell us their coming out stories. The reality has been more deeper than that. You know, people are suffering with poverty, violence, sexual assault, trafficking, substance use disorder. So we're trying to navigate with our people the same journey they're navigating through. Again, not thinking that we are any better, but meeting where meeting where people are in their own journey. And that's the space that we're creating and we're striving for every day. We are providing, just from the January 1st to now, we give out about $75,000 in rental assistance and utility support for people in our community. We're preventing people from becoming homeless, because once you're in a house, it's much more difficult to get back into it. A tragic reality that our youth nowadays prefer to buy a car, which paying their $700-800 a month car payments, sleep in the car instead of finding a place where to go. And I'm not talking about folks that are disenfranchised or they don't have relatives around to support them. We're talking about a good 15% of the people that go to Cal State San Marcos suffer with unhoused dynamics of poverty. So these are our children that they don't know where to go and decide to find alternative ways that might appear to be fun the first 2-3 months, right? Oh, I'm sleeping in a car, it's summertime, but then it becomes a tragic dynamics or circle that they are struggling to get away from. Substance abuse might become conversation because they're afraid to stay alone overnight in the car to prevent themselves from being attacked and the fear of being alone. So other dynamics of mental health, because you don't sleep well and you are not able to take care of yourself. So we see a lot of these dynamics happening to the greater majority of people that live in our county. So it's not longer that little population that has not a voice. It's becoming, unfortunately, too common to see people on the streets. So we work with that. We have 10 case managers that are just addressing issues of poverty, marginalizations, institutionalized racism, and homophobia. And again, our case workers are people like us, people they don't feel that they are any better, but they are privileged certainly to have a position where they can do some good in the community. So there are a lot of things that the center does, and we do human trafficking prevention. We are starting right now reproductive justice. We are going to be other than Planned Parenthood, the only no-profit that does this work in our county. So you'll hear from us and from the people that don't like that work, I'm sure. So think of us when you hear that. But also we have a lot of, we do a lot of migration services, immigrant services. We support people in their journey of undocumented experiences into becoming finally seen in our own community. So I can spend all day here to tell you all the things we do, so I'll spare you that. But I'm just truly honored to be here and get your attention, because the LGBT Center is truly open to everyone. You don't have to be LGBT to be part of it. At any journey, at any point, you have your skills, your expertise, feel free to be part of it. It could be an hour a week, 10 hours, an hour a month, an hour a year, it doesn't matter. Really, everybody can make a difference. And right now we're moving, we're buying a building with no money, typical. We enter in escrow and they say, oh, I think we need money for this. And okay, Max, let's see what we can do. And this building, it's in Oceanside, but it's right by the Sprinter station. So actually we're serving a lot of people in Escondido. Many of the people we serve are Escondido, Vista, and unincorporated areas. And then of course, Oceanside is some coastal community. So being by the Sprinter for us, hopefully we'll see people easily coming to us. I'll tell you a little story. There was this kid of 14 years old, 15, going to schools in Escondido, and he was taking a bus and the Sprinter and another bus to get to us to come on a support group, and only being able to be there for 30 minutes. So he was really traveling an hour, 30 minutes to come, an hour, 30 minutes to go back, to stay 30 minutes. So we felt so sorry for this kiddo. I say, what is your story? What's happening? Obviously, it was a kiddo that didn't have the support in their family. But for them, having that 30 minutes of socializations, affirmation, empowerment, and love meant everything. I said, these 30 minutes truly saved my life. So I know there are a lot of people here and everywhere that will do anything to be in a space like this one. It's accepting and loving and comforting for people that are in their journey of being better human beings. So with not further ado, I just wanted to thank you for having us here. If you want to know more about the center, we have a great website, which is northcountycenter.org. If you have any questions, I like this idea about having these questions asked. With my community, you never know where it's going to go, but I'll try next time. But thank you so much for the work you do, for showing up when it's needed. And we all have anxiety for what it's happening, but I love what you said, Pastor. We are resilient. Sometimes we don't know how strong we are until we are proven to have to be. And existing, for some people, it's already an act of resilience because they wouldn't have been here if it wasn't for the love of the community that's right around them. So thank you so much.